So the first card you have your past is the Page of Swords. Yeah, I'm automatically getting this. It's like a very uneasy feeling. It's like, I'm not sure where I am, I'm not sure where I am. And it's kind of like, there are two people here. I'm seeing it's a relationship between you and someone else. So I think you really, really cared about this person. This is what I'm getting. And I think you still do. But it's kind of like, oh, will I or won't I? You know, I care about them, but I really shouldn't. So I have to step back. So it's kind of like, I want to step forward, I want to step back, I want to care. I can't really. So it's that kind of thing I'm getting coming from you. And they feel really unsteady as well, or they did at this time. It looks like someone's trying to stand on their 2 feet, on their own 2 feet, I should say. But they were struggling to do that, and they might still be like that. Because if you look at this page, he's trying to stand up on this hill, but it's kind of covered in moss, so it's really slippery, and you know, he's being tossed around by the wind, his hair's all over the place. So yeah, again, you really do care about this person. I'm getting lots of care here, but there's also pain as well. It's like care and pain at the same time. Really, really difficult. So when you've got that kind of mixed feeling, it can be very difficult situation. I think lots of painful things might have happened between you and this person. I'm seeing a lot of angry words. Yeah, it looks like maybe you tried to help this person. You tried to do lots of things for this person, but you had to stop. You had to stop physically helping them. So you might have been doing things for them. You might have been helping them financially, practically doing things, and that had to stop. It was like, I have to physically put a barrier between me and them, because this can't go on. This isn't working because of all this anger, I think, and all these horrible words. Yeah, it's just like, I can't do this anymore. I want to. My heart wants to, but I physically can't. Lots of anger. And I think when you did step away from this, there was probably even more anger, because they didn't want you to do that. They wanted to keep on getting your help. So, but you just couldn't. You just couldn't. So if this is resonating with you, you probably still have some emotion for them. You probably still have some emotion invested in this person and what happens with them, because there's all that care, lots and lots of care. There's a lot of emotions, emotional attachment. I'm getting lots of that. It doesn't feel like a love connection. It might be, but I'm seeing a more of a protective kind of love here. It's like worry, concern, protection. And you have to stop this for your own health's sake, probably your own mental health's sake, actually. I'm not saying you've got mental health problems, but I think it was really stressing you a lot. So I don't think they realise how much of an effort you put in and how much care you put in. Even now, I don't think they do, because it feels like they're all in their own little bubble, and they're kind of angry, they're lashing out and all that thing. Very immature, I'm seeing that. You know, sometimes the pages are teenagers, or people who have a lot to learn. They can be students. So I don't think this person, excuse me, sorry, my cough. I don't think they appreciate everything you've done. They will at some time. They will at some time. I'm seeing that really clearly. They will do at some time. I'm not sure when that is. But right now they've got this kind of battle with the world. That's what I'm getting. Very immature, very angry, battling with the world. And they're really battling with themselves. They think they're battling with the world, but they're really battling with themselves, battling internally. So at the moment, they can't see what you've done. They can't see how important your influences in their life and all the things they've done. But they will at some time. So just know that, because I know this is very, very difficult for you if you're going through this. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Hierophant. Yeah, so the Hierophant's all about authority. There's someone next door laughing and it's really noisy. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to try and ignore them. So organised religion, anything that's kind of lots and lots of rules, anything that has lots of rules, that's what the Hierophant can be about. So this person in the Page of Swords, yeah, they're battling a lot of anger. They're battling a lot of anger. They're trying to battle a system. They think they're battling some kind of system. It's like, it's me against the world. It's me against the world. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. They are going to calm down eventually. They are going to calm down eventually. And yeah, I'm seeing you talking again at some time. You are going to talk to them at some time in the future, but they're always going to be in opposition to a few things. They're always going to have that kind of oppositional nature about them. So, things will get better, but they're always going to have that little bit of, arguing against everything, all that kind of thing. But, I think for now, if this is what you're doing, I think this is what you're doing, you're right to keep a distance from them, because they said some really nasty things to you, really angry things. I'm seeing lots and lots of really angry words. So you're doing the right thing, because you're kind of showing that that's not right to do that. I think if they asked you for advice now, you'd be there for them for advice, but no physical help. You wouldn't help them financially, you wouldn't help them physically anymore. You just can't do that anymore. But if they came and said, can I have your advice on this? I think you'd help them in that way. I think you would. So that's just what I'm seeing there. If that all resonates with you, I don't know. But there's something else here, or there's someone else here, I should say. This is a very strong person I'm seeing here. They're a very, very stable person. They're quite a serious person. I'm seeing that. It takes them a long, long time to open up. In love, but in other things as well, in friendships, everywhere. And yeah, I said love because I'm seeing love here. There is love here. So it feels as if it's quite new, this love connection. It might be that it's a new relationship or a new connection, or it might just be that it takes a long time for them to warm up. So maybe they were a friendship for a long time, and maybe now they're getting serious. I don't know. So long time there. So I don't know if it's short amount of time or whether it's just a short amount of time that they've really started to open up to you. So if you're in a relationship with this person, if this is all making sense to you, this is someone who's really different from anyone you've been with before. Anyone you've ever been around before in love, obviously. Yeah, you've had some really, really dishonest people around you, I think. So they're totally different from that. Absolutely different. I'm not seeing any big problems here, but okay. The thing about Taurus is, I'm probably generalizing, but you're a solid person. You're a stable person. But you love being around someone who's, a little bit different, a little bit outside the norm, someone who makes you laugh, someone who's a bit unusual. And, you've got that in yourself as well. You've got this free spirit inside you. And not a lot of people see that. They don't see you as that, but you're very that. That's your core is this free spirit. Even though you look very stable and you are that, but you've got this spirit inside you. And, if you're happy with them, of course, that's fantastic. But I'm just seeing a little bit of caution, not caution, but just something to think about. It might be that the appeal of them is just that they're so different from your exes, especially one ex here, because my feeling is you need a little bit of that imperfect, kind of funny, someone that colours outside the lines, if that makes sense. So, just something to think about if this is you, because I don't think this is that kind of person. Now, again, you might be absolutely fine. You might be 100% happy with them, and that's absolutely fine. But just make sure you're not rebelling against your ex, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Knight of Wands. So yeah, you have gone out of your way to avoid the same kind of relationship that you've had before. Because with this axe here, I'm seeing this axe here now, with this backwards and forwards, ups and down, all over the place. That's how they were, this person. They might have even broken the law. I'm seeing that might be a possibility with this person. I don't know. I'm seeing that. So yeah, you've got this ex on your mind a bit still, I think. Not all the time, and I don't, that doesn't mean you love them. It doesn't mean you want them back. I'm not seeing that. So don't think I'm saying that. I'm not saying that. You've just got the experience you had with them on your mind a lot. Okay, I hope this is going to make sense, but this is what I'm seeing here with this ex. It feels like the worst person for you, which is them, the worst person for you had the biggest impact on you. And that's them. So they were the absolute worst person to have around, but they had the biggest impact on you. And that's a really, really hard thing to get over. A lot of people who go through something like that, again, the highs are so high and the lows are so low. It's almost becomes addictive, and it's really, really hard to get out of that feeling of these highs and these lows, and even the feeling of remembering those things. And I think that might be what you were doing at this time. You might still be like that. So you've still got a lot. If you're still in this, you've still got a lot to get through to get over this ex. Again, I'm not saying you're not over them. I'm not saying you still want them back and you love them. It's not that. It's kind of getting over the memory of these experiences and these highs and lows. Because look at this Knight of Wands. He's going up and down, up and down, up and down on these horses. It's jumping up and down. And that's what life was like with them. So, sometimes after a separation from someone like that, sometimes people they go back to the same kind of person again because they miss those highs and lows. They miss that. It's very exciting. And sometimes they end up with someone who's very similar. And sometimes they go for the total opposite person on purpose because they don't want to repeat that ever again. So that might be what you're doing. That's a little bit of what I was seeing in the Hierophant. So it might be that, it might not. It's just something to think about. But yeah, you've still got that little bit of them to get over. And again, that doesn't mean you want them back. I have to keep on saying that because I don't want you to say, oh, I don't want them back. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there is a little bit of that experience that you had with them that you have to get over. So, just be easy on yourself. Just let yourself get through that. You might be getting flashbacks as well of your time with them. It might be music that triggers you. Could be other things. So that's just something to think. That's normal. Don't worry about that. But you will get over this. You absolutely will get through this. But yeah, if someone made a huge, huge impact on your life, of course you're going to remember them. And it will fade. It really will. So that's just what I'm seeing in your past. So the first card you have for your present is the Moon. Okay, so yeah, these are all really good cards here in your present. Really good for moving on from these old energies. So I think you are getting out of this. Again, it's probably going to take time, but I think things are definitely going in the right direction for you. You've got out of the worst, or you've gotten out of the worst, I should say, because I'm just looking at this lobster and he's out of the dark waters. He's starting to come up this path now. So I think you have gotten out of the worst. But you're still in the middle of this kind of difficult process, I think. And, it's not a linear process. So you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have good and bad days. That's all fine. That's normal. Okay, so I'm just seeing something else here. It's a little bit strange, but I'll say what this is. I'm getting a dream. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be for everyone, but I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. So, yeah, okay. Now, it feels like a nightmare, actually, not a dream. It's a nightmare. Someone was woken up. So it might have been you that woke up, obviously, I think it was. But you might have woken up someone else as well. So I don't know how many people woke up, but you were one of them. I think this nightmare woke you up. And, okay, there's a loud noise. There's a loud noise. Someone yelled in this dream. I think they yelled at you. Yeah, it feels really scary, actually. If this is you, I think you can still remember the sound of this voice. It sounds like a really loud, maybe it was a bit deep, a bit scary. It was this yelling voice. It's really horrible. But yeah, the feeling I'm getting around this is maybe someone wants to stop you from doing something. Maybe that's what this is all about. Because, you're a really determined person, and you're determined. You're getting out of this old energy, and you're just like that anyway. And you're probably going to want to research your own interpretation of this, or maybe you already have if you've had this nightmare. But I think someone wants to stop you from doing something. And what they'd secretly like to do is yell at you and say, stop doing this. But they're not doing that because I think they see your strength, they can see you're really determined, and it feels like they can't approach you because they feel that strength and that determination coming from you. They're afraid to approach you. They're really afraid to approach you. So that's what I'm getting. I think that's what that's about. I can't see all the details here, so I might be totally wrong. But you might want to do your own research, and you've probably already done that. But that was kind of what I was seeing out of the bits that I could see in that nightmare. But very, very scary, and a very deep voice, a very angry voice. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. That's very strange. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Sun. Absolutely beautiful card. So again, this is about moving forward, getting out of this old energy, getting out of this axe energy. There's a big wall here behind this child and this horse, and he's broken through the wall. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to have to break through this wall, and I think you're getting there. I think you're kind of on your way to that. I'm seeing a lot of reworking of some of the relationships you're actually in now. Friendships, actually. Maybe you've got some mutual friends with this axe, and you just kind of know, I have to be on the other side of this wall. I'm trying to get there. I'm not going to get to where I want to go if I've got you around me. You might even be quite ruthless with some of these people. You might have to let them go. Not everyone, but I think there might actually be a few people who, maybe they still like to talk about this axe, and it's just not going to work for you anymore. You just don't want to hear about them ever again. So yeah, all of that's going to help you to break through this and get rid of those old energies so you can move forward. And I think that's where your focus is. You really, really, really want to move forward. And it's almost like you're being led to move forward. You know that that's what you should be doing. So that's really good. That looks really, really promising. And the Sun's a beautiful card. And so, yeah, the other thing I'm seeing in the Sun is, this looks really fantastic. Okay, I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but I'll tell you a little bit. Okay, if this is all resonating about this new relationship, expect a little surprise. It's really, really nice, very positive. There's something about, what can I say, because I don't want to spoil this. There's some kind of trip or a little bit of traveling or something like that. And yeah, you'll see a whole new side of this person, because again, they're really slow to open up. They're quite serious a lot of the time. And yeah, you'll see a really different side of them, a whole new side of them. It's really, really good, really positive. And it's like they're going to show you the Sun side. It's like you've seen this other side, now you're going to see the Sun side of me, the fun side, all that kind of thing. Really, really, really fantastic. And yeah, really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I don't want to say any more about that, so I'll just leave it there and I'll go on to the Chariot. So again, with the Chariot, some kind of trip, some kind of traveling. It's all about this relationship, and it feels like a short trip. Again, there's a beautiful surprise here again. It looks like they're really serious about you, actually. Look at how serious this man is. And they want to manifest a future with you, because this man's got a star on his head, and star's all about hope. It's all about wanting things, wishing on a star, what you really want, manifesting things. So they want a future with you. They're quite serious, and that's what they're hoping for. It's on their head, so they're thinking about that. And yeah, they're quite a serious person usually. I keep on seeing this because they're coming up as the Hierophant, and now they're coming up as the Chariot, and they're both really serious people. But they're going to show you the Sun side of themselves. I keep on seeing that, and there's a beautiful surprise there. And also, I'm just looking at the Sun again, and you've got this beautiful red banner here. And so to me, that says passion. So you've got lots of passion coming up with them as well. So you're going to see all these different sides of this person, and very, very beautiful, very positive. I love this for you. I'm so happy to see this. And yeah, the first card you have your future is the Ace of Pentacles. So what can I say? This is just amazing. When it comes to relationships, this is an amazing card. And when it comes to anything, actually, it's an amazing card. So I'm getting lots of stability here. I'm getting gifts. If you look at this path on this card, it's a really narrow path. So what that says to me is, for you to be able to go on this path, again, you're going to have to shed this old energy. I'm trying to explain this properly. So when you've shed this old energy of this ex and all that, and all the memories you had of them, that doesn't mean you'll never remember anything about them ever again, obviously, you still are. But when the feelings are all kind of dulled and you don't have those kind of really strong feelings anymore, when they're all gone, that's when you're going to be able to get onto this path. So you're going to have to shed all that before you get on this path, because it's a narrow path and you're not going to be able to take all that baggage with you on that path. So I hope that explains that for you. And I always say that with the Ace of Pentacles, because it's a gift from the universe. And the universe only gives you gifts at exactly the right time. So it's waiting for the perfect time to give you this gift. And the perfect time is when you've lost all that old baggage, that old energy. And also the other thing with the Ace of Pentacles is, usually these gifts come from the Ace of Pentacles when you've learned a lesson as well. They're waiting for you to, or it's waiting for you to learn a lesson. So I think you have learned a lot from this ex. I think you've moved on from that, and you've learned a lot about yourself as well from that experience. So it's all going to come together when you've shed that old skin of those memories, and that's when this is all going to open up for you properly. I'm just going to talk about all these three cards together here, because they're all kind of blending in with each other. So when this relationship gets to the kind of Ace of Pentacles stage, the really stable stage, the Ten of Cups stage, these two cards are the ultimate when it comes to relationships. And everyone knows that. So if things keep progressing in the right way, in the way they're going, you will end up in this stage. You'll end up in these two beautiful stages together as a couple. But with the Five of Wands, that's telling me again that you've still got a bit of work to do to get through this kind of battle that you've got with this ex energy. So you do still have some work to do there. So that's what that's telling me. And I think you know that if this is you. There's something else here as well with this Five of Wands. There's a bit of opposition toward this relationship, I think. I'm not sure why that is, but it feels like it's coming from someone who's a bit younger than you. Because everyone on the Five of Wands, they're all children and they're all fighting like children. So there's something you're going to have to deal with there, I think. It might be a child, might be your child, might be a younger relative. It's someone who's kind of battling. Now, I don't think they've got anything against you or this person you're with. I don't think it's that. I think it's just, try and be patient with them, because I think it's just, they're adjusting to a lot of different things in their life. When I look at this card, it's like a great big mess. So I think a lot of things have kind of fallen apart in their life. They might have had to move. They might have had some other kind of losses there. They feel really in turmoil internally. And I think maybe the fact that this is progressing with your relationship and it's getting serious by this time anyway, they might be struggling with that new thing that they have to deal with again. It feels like one more new thing they have to deal with. It's like, oh, this again, more things, more changes. Do you know what I mean by that? So especially if this is a child, it might be really bothering them. So, and also with the Ten of Cups, there's this gorgeous scene, very, very happy scene. I'll move it up so you can see. But there's still a barrier between the couple and the house and the garden and all that perfection there. So I think you've got the first barrier, which is dealing with, getting through this ex energy. And then you've got the second barrier, which is this person who's kind of opposing things a bit. But the good news is, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and that trumps everything here. So nothing's going to get in the way of what you want. And I think you are very patient toward this person as well. So, you know, I think you'll get them through this, and I think they'll be okay in the end. So it is looking very, very positive for you, especially with this relationship. It looks amazing. You know, you've got the Sun, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, absolutely fantastic.